Will any one of those 4 cars be on the podium? Because given what we've seen in this series this year, could happen that not one of them winds up on the top 3.
Yeah, it looks like Gara is just a little bit far back, but he is coming. And it looks like Ara is getting a little bit of a push from John Dean as well. So this is going to be quite tight. Robbie actually defending to the inside right now.
Robbie committing very early. Ara with a little touch on Robbie. Robbie drops back into 3rd, coming into that turn. Ara gets to the lead. John Dean back up to 2nd. Chris Stone 3rd. Robbie Foley 4th. That's in the span of 1 turn as they come out from under the bridge. It's not over yet. Ara is leading. Chris Stone looking to the inside to try and get around John Dean. Ara Melcalcian, first win of his career in this series. Congratulations to him as he crosses the line first. John Dean goes from 4th to 2nd on that final lap. That's it as John Dean comes out of Hogpen one more time. He does not go all the way down to the line in the most defensive possible way, but here comes Mark Drennan, and Mark gets a great run around the outside of Nate Sparks. White flag is in the air. Is it going to be Drennan? Is it going to be Dean? Who's going to break first as Nate Sparks holds up the inside, gets a little bit loose, and Mark Drennan is going to go around for 2nd.
Yeah, that's exactly what Mark needed to do. He's in a perfect position right now to try to take that win, as he's going to set himself up perfectly for himself going down the back straightaway. Right now, Mark is looking good right now. That's exactly where you want to be. Get that gap a little bit longer so he can have the best opportunity to keeping that lead on the back straightaway. As we come onto the back straightaway, Mark Drennan now within a car length. Perfect timing by Mark to try to get that best run going down into turn 14. This is going to be crazy. And going down in turn 14 where they both had an incident last time.
This is the reverse of what we saw yesterday, Kenton, as Mark Drennan goes around the outside of John Dean and clears him before they come into the roller coaster section of track. John needs to remember, don't hit Drennan this time. He's got about 3 corners left to try and make a pass to get his first win of the season. He sticks the nose up the inside.
That is not where you want to do it.
No, and Dean winds up going off course.
I think Nate's going to win this one.
You think Nate's going to win this one? Nate Sparks back in 3rd position right now. Mark Drennan, John Dean, and Nate Sparks 3 wide as they come out of the final turn, and Sparky has the lead as they come across. Let's see who takes the flag first. Nate Sparks. Nate Sparks with his first ever series win. We've got the 8 on the inside, the 50 in the middle, the 16 on the outside. All of a sudden, the 12 comes up out of nowhere, and the 99 is right there as well.
Man.
5 cars
Mark
finishing.
Went from 1st all the way down to 5th in the matter of 1 straightaway.
We miss you. We wish you were here, and we hope you're enjoying this racing as much as we enjoy calling it. Now, Drake Kemper pops out to the inside on his teammate Celine Roland. Down into corner number 1. Kemper is there. Roland's going to keep his foot in the gas on the high side. Jeremy, they get so close they can almost tell what the other had for breakfast. They're door to door as they head into 2. Sparks loves what he sees in his mirror. Kemper to the inside. Roland to the outside. The track bends to the left. Kemper gets the position.
Yeah, and now it's Sparks who has the upper hand because he finished ahead of Kemper yesterday. Celine Roland really is not in contention for the $50,000, and as these 3 are teammates, I'd be surprised if he wanted to he wants to win the race for sure. Absolutely. But he doesn't want to upset either of the other 2 at the same time. I mean, he wants to make sure that he keeps it clean now amongst these 3 teammates at the front of the field. Here is now a look into the inside again is Kemper taking it right to Sparky. He's getting the lead right back again.
Oh, they're side by side. That chicane is beautiful. That is one of the most unforgiving exits of a corner ever. I think coming out of turn 7 at Sebring is a nightmare if you don't do it right. And it sounds like Lally with a stuck gearbox. Again, stuck in 4th gear. That's the same issue that Nico Rieger suffered yesterday. We see Rieger fighting for 4th position right behind this lead pack, but it's the 6 sideways trio trying to decide the podium right now as they come through the backside of the track. track. Kemper now back to the front. Roland and Sparky door to door. No, Sparky's going to take the second position. So Roland sees the third spot.
Like this time.
There it is. White flag flies, folks, and my heart is pounding, and I don't even have any money on the line. Kemper at the line. Sparky behind him in second, but how will the order look in just about 2.5 minutes when they get back around this 3.7-mile course? Kemper and Sparky respecting each other now in turn one. Last thing he wants is to see his drivers wad up a bunch of race cars on the final lap. So if you're not racing for the money, race to make sure John Dean doesn't kick your butt when you get back to the trailer. Now they fan out, trying to make it 3 wide. Sparky to the inside. That's for the lead. Sparks now back to the front. Kemper to second, but he's going to do a really good job. Tried the crossover there, Jeremy. Out of 8 and 9. Oh, this is good racing right now. Roland, I think you played it perfectly. Roland is right there waiting to see what happens.
He's blocking every line he possibly can there, Sparks, having made that pass into turn 10. He pushed the Drake Kemper car right to the outside and off the edge of the racetrack there. That's good tight racing. Hey, look, there's a lot of money on the line. You just got to let them go for it and see what they can do. Hopefully they'll keep it clean. There's definitely a touch from the nose of Kemper onto the rear of Sparks as they head into the Jean Debian curves.
Oh, it's like a 1980s music workout video. It's getting physical out there as they head into turn 16 for the final time. They'll unwind the steering wheel and make the run down the back straightaway. You called it, Jeremy. Kemper put a bumper on Sparky, but Sparky kept his foot in the gas down the back straightaway for the final time.
He's driven these cars for a long time. He knows how to win. Can he do it now? Just one corner to go. $50,000.
It's a lot of money and not a lot of time left. Kemper looking to the inside. Sparky defends. It's not over, not by a mile. Celine Roland goes around the high side. It's a drag race for second. Sparky likes his odds. He's got to keep his foot in the gas. In and out of the final corner. Sparky second at the white flag. He's going to lead it at the finish line. Sparks is your winner here in Sebring. Kemper comes home second and completing the 6 sideways performance podium. The rookie of the year, Celine Roland, finishes in third. Jeremy, that was impressive.
The secondary group that were battling for fourth on down, that was led home by the 0-1 of Nico Rega, and Lamb coming home in fifth. He must have been licking his lips to see if Sparks and Kemper guys got together.
Yeah, Lamb and Benaki there were separated by .0364 as they crossed the line.
And that was $10,000 worth of separation.
And check this out,
because
guys.
if that had been that .3 the other way around, it would have been Benaki with the 10 grand.
You've got the 6 sideways whole family out there doing burnouts and celebrating. John Dean finishes 10.
Is 1 ook al. En vooraan is het dan Marcel Dekker met Dominicaan. Dominicaan denkt, ja, ik heb race 1 al gewonnen. Dan nu maar eens kijken of ik er een dubbel van kan maken. Voorbij aan Marcel Dekker. En dat ging eigenlijk wel gemakkelijk. Maar voor Dominicaan, die een uitstekend weekend kent, heel snel is. De snelheid en B de tijd om nog een counter op te zetten. Pim van Riet op P3. Daar komt Marcel Dekker. Voor de neus, een Ford Fiesta. Werd in 2 velden gestart in deze race. Ze zijn die Fords eigenlijk helemaal niet tegengekomen. Mislukte aanval van Marcel Dekker geeft Pim van Riet de kans om er voorbij te gaan. Je zag Marcel Dekker even wijd gaan. Dominicaan de leiding. Hoe gaat het dan in het verkeer? Geen enkel probleem voor de kopgroep. Het snelheidsverschil groot, want de Ford Fiesta heeft technische problemen. Er wordt wel goed opgelet. Dat is ook belangrijk natuurlijk. Daar komt Pim van Riet. Kan hij dan voor het eerst in deze wedstrijd aan de leiding gaan? Hij heeft de neus er heel even voor gehad. Het duurde misschien 2 milliseconden. Dominicaan heel wijd. Ook een beetje wijd gedreven door Pim van Riet. En nog altijd aan de leiding. Hoort het publiek applaudisseren. En daar toch een beetje track limits voor Dominicaan. Nou, dat mag je 3 keer doen in een wedstrijd. En dus heeft hij hier weer de leiding te pakken. Filip Wojtowicz voorbij aan Pim van Riet. Zet je een aanval in en je maakt hem niet af, verlies je gewoon gelijk een positie. Zo hoort het natuurlijk ook. Dit is cup racen met allemaal dezelfde auto's zoals het hoort. Kraan weer onder aanval. Onder druk van Marcel Dekker. Dekker rechts in het groen. Ja, gaat toch een beetje met de ellebogen racen. En weet dan zich er voorbij te wurmen. Wojtowicz op 3 probeert er ook van te profiteren. Komt niet meer weg. En die safety car heeft toch de dynamiek van deze wedstrijd veranderd. Waar het een 1-op-1 gevecht was. Dus Marcel Dekker en Dominicaan voor de allerlaatste keer gaan vechten. Vechten om de overwinning in race 2 hier op het circuit van Assen. We weten dat Kraan ultra laat kan remmen. Pim van Riet probeert het ook. Haakt aan. Marcel Dekker houdt stand. Of is zijn exit niet goed genoeg? We gaan richting de streep. En minimaal verschil, maar het is Marcel Dekker die wint. wint race 2 op het TT-circuit van Assen. Zijn tweede overwinning van het seizoen. En daar is hij blij mee.
He's inside the top 10 now in the number 4 car. And any one of the top 10. And look, the brake light's coming on from the second place driver. He's not actually braking, he's just riding the brake with his left foot so he doesn't run into the leader. And wide and high on the top side. This is an extraordinary run from Wagner. The Spark Performance car that was on pole position. He's got him into third for the moment. The red, white and black car tries to get into second. He's not going to do that, but I think he's going to muscle his way into third. He's on the inside for the right-hand turn. What a run from Wagner. What a brilliant run from Wagner. And that shows the speed that the pole sitter had. And Gresham Wagner is up into third. Can he get any further up the field, Chair?
Yes, he can. With that sort of determination, Gresham Wagner started that rerun a long way back. The top three were starting to check out. We saw them bump drafting each other with the sustained contact, once again from Selwyn Rowland on Preston Pardis, but it didn't matter. Gresham Wagner had the hole in the air. He had the draft, and he was making his way up to the top three, nearly getting around all of them going into turn one. Very aggressive move, but it worked. And now the car that started on pole looking to try and get the most points from the day by winning the race.
I love how there's a little tap on the brakes from Gresham, the man from Williamsburg, the Spark Performance car, the red, white and black car. Any one of these top four could still win. There is the run to the line now. Here they come. Is it going to be Preston Pardis? I think he's done enough. Oh, I'm not sure. I've said that. And down the inside, he goes rolling into the bus stop for the final tap. Beautiful flat slide by the leader. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I really don't know. I've seen races from this position here at Daytona won by the car that's third or fourth in the line. It could even be Gresham Wagner who was on pole position. He benefited from the full course yellow when Lonnie Hunter's car, and all of a sudden from line astern it's 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 4 wide as they go the line. I've got no clue at all. The Inamitsu Mazda MX5 round one of 2020. It could be any one of 4 cars, and it's Wagner. Wagner wins from pole position. Extraordinary. You look at this, you look at the grid, you see the 5 car started on pole, you see the 5 there, Shea Adam. There were 5 cars across the track here at Daytona. MX5 racing, absolutely quality.
Wagner knew that if you go all the way up to the wall, you carry a little bit more speed through. Jared Thomas putting 2 wheels down below the yellow line.
Haley, if he's second, that is actually 120. So an even better buffer.
So he's made up a couple of positions on the last lap. Obviously, he's listening in on 98.1 FM and was rather disturbed by my suggestion that Aaron Johnson was catching him up. And he's found some pace and made up 2 positions, as has Gresham Wagner, who muscles his way down the inside into turn 10 and tries to take second position from Michael Carter. Michael's not having any of that. That slowed the exit of Wagner, which means Celine Roland can dive down the inside at turn 12, the final corner. Wagner, 2 BF Goodridges into the red Georgia clear on the exit of the final corner. He'll defend into turn 1. Oh, he turns defence into attack and goes back into 4th. Check that, into 3rd position as Thomas leads from Carter in second. Goodridge here at Road Atlanta. And the top 5, well, frankly, if you had a decent-sized picnic blanket, you could throw it over all of them and you'd cover the whole quintet. Again, slight mistake by Carter. Tried to attack, gets pushed back down. He's now down into, Wagner. Pushed back down into 5th position. Carter still in second, Roland in 3rd. Noons now up into 4th. Gresham Wagner into 5th. Wagner must have overtaken more people than anybody because he dropped down to 10th and he's overtaken everybody up to 2nd at least once and possibly 2 or 3 times. In 5th, Chris Noons just struggling to stay with the pace of the top 4. 2.54 miles to go. Piscatel in a rather lonely 6th position. Then that rookie battle with Paley, Mars, Aaron Johnson and Jensen Altsman now back down to 10th position.
Peter Atwater not that far away from them as well. But the final lap at the front of the field comes down to 5 Mazda MX5s for this first of 2 races to decide the 2021 championship season. And it's Carter. Carter controlling the race shape.
My heart is going crazy right now, John. I have no idea which one of these 5 cars is going to win the race, or if any of them will, if they'll just wind up in a giant ball of carbon. We've got reports that Drake Kemper is slow on the back straight as well, so this can come into play. Traffic for these lead 5 as Chris Nunes drops a wheel exiting 6. He manages to pull it back together, and Kemper made it into the pit lane, by the way, so it should be a clear run to the checkered flag. Michael Carter is exactly where he wants to be. He told me yesterday he would have this planned out. Let's see if the plan comes to fruition.
Quick note that Conor Zilic has got the fastest lap of the race so far, although he's not running at the moment. Do you want to be leading on the final lap? Jared Thomas thinks he's got the run down the inside on the leader, Michael Carter, down into 10. It's these 2. Can any one of the trio behind make hay if these 2 falter? They're side by side. They're 3 across the track coming under the Fox Factory Bridge. It's another classic Idemitsu Mazda MX5 finish, almost 4 wide in the final corner, and Gresham Wagner sideways across the line has won it. Wagner has won it on the lock stops opposite lock. Abs through the field on the run to the line. I said you had to be on the inside if you were going to do it. Took a huge amount of curb, completely sideways, no lift, and the width of a BF Goodrich tyre has sealed the deal for Gresham Wagner.
The lead trio, can they get there? Well, they've got less than 5 minutes, and we should say to all the WeatherTech team owners and the Michelin Pilot Challenge team owners, you've got about 5 minutes before your crews will go back to work, because no one can look away from this.
Oh, side by side into turn 17. That was an audacious manoeuvre for second and first position, and they're side by side again. It was the old over and under by Roland, but Carter is the one that makes up the position at the line. He goes from 3rd to 2nd. That was very brave by Roland. Celine Roland then tried to get the lead by going the long way around turn 17, then dragged it back in the middle part of the corner to try and get the run. Cost him a little bit of momentum, and Michael Carter took his chance with just 4 minutes to go. White flag then, so the last circuit. Oh, the mistake from the leader. A little wiggle turning into the first corner from Gresham, and again, no second invitation needed by what was the second place car across the line. Carter goes through, and now it's side by side for second and third, and another mistake by Gresham Wagner. The car looks very, very slippery underneath him. He's got dirt on the tyres, and I think in perfect position to try and drag past on the back straight. Yellow flag, stationary yellow flag still being shown there. That's for the JTR car of Jared Thomas, which is still sitting pretty much out of harm's way after that spin earlier on when he was in 4th. Wow, 4th has been a place that has had a bit of drama. Oh, great run again by Gresham Wagner, the 3rd of the 3 cars. 3rd position at the moment. Piscatel could do with another lap or 2 maybe. Here comes the battle for the lead down into the final corner for the final time of asking, and the man who was leading, Michael Carter, is now going to be back in 2nd, maybe 3rd. They all going super deep. What a brilliant move down the inside by Gresham Wagner, and somehow he's got back to the front, but can he keep the car in the straight and narrow? It's going to be 1, 2, 3 wide. It's another blackened finish. Round 3 of the Idemitsu Mazda MX5 Cup. They've all won it. It's Roland. Roland has got through. Celine Roland by the narrowest measurable margin. Quite extraordinary as they came to the line. Really impossible to tell them apart. There was a bit of paint trading going on there. How do you pick that one out? Photo finish. This could be the end of the race. Now, Wagner's got to go now from 2nd. If that car doesn't move, that number 26 JTR car doesn't move down at Canada Corner, he's got to go. He's got to get in front in case the yellow flags come out. 3 minutes and 14 seconds to go. Round the outside at turn 1, it's an audacious manoeuvre. He's pulled it off, but can he keep it on the track? He cannot. Not allowed to improve if you've been over the curbs there, so he'll have to drop back in line. And just what we were talking about,
makes an overtaking attempt and can't get through. He drops from second down to fourth with Roland side by side with him now. Paley, the rookie, up into second. Under 3 minutes to go. We're still green. We're still green. Racing, race control, allowing these guys to race. Down towards turn 5, they've still got about a third of the lap, maybe a wee bit more, before they get down to that danger area. Trying to see if Peter Atwater has started moving again in that number 26. Great manoeuvre at turn number 5. That was Roland again, trying to make up positions. Now, do you want to lead onto the last lap into turn 1? I'm not sure. I don't think he's got much choice at the moment, because if he tried to lift off and be clever, he's Paley. Paley wants to lead. Paley wants to lead right now. Gone down the inside at Canada Corner, goes a wee bit wide. That's going to back everybody up behind him, and it has done. That's bringing everyone down to Luca Mars in 8th position, back into contention here. There's going to be 32 wheels of Mazda action going up to the white flag. Top 8, line astern. And as we've seen from blanket finishes this year already, Luca Mars may still be in with a chance of a podium or better. He'll be getting a huge aerodynamic tour down the front straight. White flag is out, just over 4 miles to go. Sam Paley leads. Now, the rookie took the lead at Canada Corner. Was that a little bit naive of him? Roland pulls out to the left-hand side of the road. He's going to get the run cut back down the inside of Wagner, down to turn number 3, I guess. No, he's not close enough. Paley's defending. No, Roland does have a look, but he's not close enough. Paley in the middle of the road in the black car. Oh, any of these guys could win, or they could all end up off the road. I doubt that, to be honest, because these guys are very, very good racers, very respectful. But I am not betting the farm on any one of these top 8, because it could literally go anywhere at the moment. Paley having to defend, feeling the pressure from Carter. He stays to the left-hand side, round the outside. Gresham, Wagner pulls the outside move at turn 5. Here comes Roland down the inside. For a moment we had 3 wide. Side by side for second and third into turn number 6. And Roland trying to pick up the pieces. Those are the 3 championship leaders in behind the black number 28 of Sam Paley, who still leads. Half a lap to go, just on about 2 miles. Paley, the rookie, from Carter. Then it's Wagner and the multicoloured 87 of Celine Roland side by side. Aaron Johnson getting involved with the championship leaders in the dark red number 24. Then Jensen Altsman getting a grandstand seat of that one. My goodness, what a viewpoint young Altsman has got. Still sitting in 6th position. Noons behind him, the rookie championship leader coming into Road America. But it's a rookie that leads at the moment. He took the lead away from the car behind him, Michael Carter, at this point of the track 4 miles ago. 1 lap ago. 2 more corners. Maybe 1 more chance, and then the dash to the line. Paley got to get a good run out of 14 here. Carter might go down the inside, down the right-hand side. Here comes Roland as well. Roland positioning himself for a run to the line. Johnson up into 4th position, I think there. Yes, he is. Those 3 get a good run, really good run from the 3rd of those top 3 cars. But Michael Carter pulls out early, very early. He must think he's got a chance. It's side by side. It's Sebring all over again. Paley, no, it's not Paley. It was Carter. Carter by 0.008 of a second, and the rookie is robbed right at the line. Done enough on the right-hand side of the track, and actually maybe Roland did as well, because he was drafting him to the line, nearly pushed him to the lead, and 0.008 of a second.
Bij een schakelfoutje, grote gevolgen voor Lars van het Veer. Wojtowicz, kijk eens naar die voorsprong. Marcel Dekker op plaats 2, Sam Jongejan op plaats 3. Wordt dit dan het podium? Nou, Dominique Kraan, die weet ook dat er veel meer mogelijk is.
Sam Jongejan richting de busstopchicane. Het is de laatste ronde richting de laatste bocht van deze tweede race van het weekend. Jongejan, moet je eens kijken hoe laat hij rent. Aan de buitenzijde bij Marcel Dekker. Die kijkt ook meteen in de spiegels. Die denkt, wederom, wat gebeurt mij nou? Maar pakt Sam Jongejan plaats 2 over. Dominique Kraan denkt, nou dan ga ik wel naar plaats 2. En is het Marcel Dekker die gewoon niet op het podium gaat eindigen op deze wijze. Nee hoor. Sam Jongejan eindigt als tweede. Dominique Kraan eindigt als derde. Marcel Dekker denkt, nee, het is geen podium. Maar het is een geweldige
Jared Thomas pushing Celine Roland to the lead. They're working together now. They go through into first and second. Now, what will Wagner do? Tyler Gonzalez off the circuit there and almost made up a position on the dirt. Chris Noons in the red and white car. Now, surely his team will be telling him, be careful, because that car might be coming into the pits. The 5 car might be coming into the pits. This could be really dangerous now. Wagner hasn't signaled that he's coming in. He's gone back to the lead. Now, as he goes on the high side of Celine Roland and comes underneath us, so he stayed out. That was heart in the mouth moment there for me. Meantime, Gonzalez goes 3 wide. Roland with damage, and here comes Zilic again. Do not count out this young rookie. He's up to 4th. He's trying the wide line again at turn 1. He gets a great drive when he does that, Shay. Right there. Thomas somehow, always, Jared Thomas has speed at the end of the race. Big moment there. Intake of breath from Shea Adam alongside me, John Hindhaugh. Here comes the train. And Wagner's trying to go down into the pit lane, I think there. Yes, he's gone down behind the under the yellow line. That could have been absolutely horrible. He's not got down to the pit lane speed limit, has he? He maybe has done, but he's going to lose a whole lot of real estate. So now we've got 5 cars for the lead. We're on the white flag lap. Zilic tries round the outside, down the inside. Chris Noons in the lead. Celine Roland and Jared Thomas back down to 5th. That there, right there, is Idemitsu Mazda MX5 Racing. Now Gonzalez in 2nd, then it's Noons in 3rd. No, it's Zilic in 3rd, excuse me. Noons in 4th, then Jared Thomas. And just off the back of them,
Bruno Carniero.
He's had a really good run, Carniero. Carniero has done a good job. He latched onto the leaders and he's just sitting there at the moment waiting for the opportunity. Where do you make the move? Do you wait to the line? Dare you wait to the line? That's what happened here last year. The spray is making things very difficult.
Gonzalez is going to try it into the bus stop. That has been his spot so far tonight, as he went 4 BF Goodriches off the last time. Does he keep him on the pavement this time?
Barely.
Yeah, mostly.
Mostly, yes. Now, this is where you want to be quick. You want a great exit out the bus stop, and it looks like Zilic has got one. The former karting star, the scholarship winner from last year. Top 3 holding themselves up here. Chris Noons could be in with a shout, the 32 car. And look out behind as well for Carniero. He'll be starting to get the draft now. There's 4 cars in the picture at the moment, but can Carniero catch them? I don't think he can. Oh, someone was on the brakes there. That looked like Zilic had to not just lift off, but brake. 2 by 2 to the line. It's Celine Roland. It's Gonzalez. Gonzalez down below the yellow line takes it. But below the yellow line is the crucial thing there. And there goes Roland into the wall. At turn 1 after the checkered flag. At the line it was Gonzalez, Noons, Celine Roland, Connor Zilic. Gonzalez timed his run. He didn't go for it at the bus stop. Down on the inside. Roland squeezing down on him a little bit there. But I think that's all okay. Almost on the grass for Gonzalez, but he's below the yellow line. And who got second? It was Noons who squeezed it by the width of a number plate.
2 1/1000ths of a second was the gap between Noons and Roland for 3rd and 2nd place. Connor Zilic missing the podium by about half of a tenth.
Well, that will be being looked at. The bump at the end. Up to 6th position again. That's 2 races in a row. And now he's outside the top 10. Really feel if Jensen could find a little bit better pace in qualifying, and he started further up. He races so well, Shea, but just doesn't seem to be able to nail the qualifying sessions.
Yeah, qualifying definitely a weak link for Jensen Altman, who now is back in 15th place, but he does...
Car, the 15 car, and there was a bit of a schmozzle down at turn 1 as well. That was the... Well, that was the number 15. I'm pretty certain...
Fastnacht was off on the backside of the course by the roller coaster, so who was off in turn 1? Maybe Ethan Tyler in the 80. He's showing as having... He and his dad, Dave, running it.
To get that car race ready again. All right. Step back from the edges of the track, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. We're into the final lap. And it's go time for Gresham Wagner, who eases past Sam Paley on the first corner to put himself in a position to challenge and take a victory here. This has been a measured drive by, dare I say it, the veteran of this group. Sam Paley just in his second year. Conor Zilic, rookie in this championship. Plenty of Mazda driving experience behind both of those two drivers as well, though it has to be said, it is Jared Thomas who came across the line in 4th position ahead of Celine Roland, and that's another good comeback drive as well for the 87 Hickson driver. But it's all about who gets the big points at the front of the field. Jared Thomas, with that 4th position, may have just rescued his championship ambitions after what could have been a disastrous weekend. Now it's about who gets the big points. Gresham Wagner, I'm sure his team have been letting him know what Jared... Actually, maybe not. Maybe they haven't. Maybe they've just left him to his own devices. Down Madison Avenue for the final time. He starts to get the draft now as they drop down the hill. All the way up through the top. Goes to the inside, the left-hand side. He made the move nice and early to make sure Zilic knew he was there. That's beautiful driving. We've got 3 cars across the track as we come into the top of the roller coaster, but Wagner goes wide. Couldn't quite get the crossover, and here comes Paley looking for 2nd position, and then it's the long drag to the line. 2nd and 3rd. Banging wheel arches. The fenders were interlocked there. It's going to be Zilic. Zilic, the rookie for Hickson Motorsports, going to take the top prize and the top step on the box. Wagner will be 2nd. Just mistimed his braking. I thought he pulled off a super manoeuvre there, but he just couldn't get the crossover and pull back in front of Zilic, who wins it from Wagner in 2nd. Sam Paley is 3rd. Battle for the lead, and here is the chance for the rookie Bruno Cagnaro. Hickson Motorsport, he's got the right-hand side of the track, which is the right side of the track for getting into the inner loop, and takes the lead. Jared Thomas right in behind them, and Cagnaro slides sideways, and also Fastnacht is off the track, and all of a sudden the man who fought from 29th to 1st is back down to 4th position, and we've got one more lap after this. Don't write your stories yet in the press room. Fastnacht immediately on the aggressive attack down the inside at turn number 6 and goes back to 3rd. He knows that time is running out. He knows that grip is running out. Cagnaro leads from his teammate in 2nd place, straight down the inside. Fastnacht will not be denied. And Matthew Dirks, great awareness not to turn in at the toe of the boot at turn 7 there. But this is allowing Cagnaro to break away. There'll only be 1 lap after this one. White flag is being readied on the start-finish line. This is extraordinary stuff as Fastnacht comes together with his teammate, and Matthew Dirks is off the track. Also got picked up, I think, by Jared Thomas, and that's wiped the rear bumper off the number 76. We've seen an awful lot of the rear undercarriage. It was Gresham Wagner that picked him off. Yeah.
Yep, and Gresham has an issue on the front
is massive.
right. He's going to have to pit. This is a massive point swing.
Stay out. He's going to stay out, surely. But against Fastnacht here, particularly as we know how good he is. Cagnaro covers the inside, the right-hand side of the track. It's going to have to be round the outside, Buffalo Gal style. If Fastnacht's going to do it in the inner loop, he's trying. They're side by side into the middle of it, and somehow they're both sliding, but they've both got through, and Fastnacht has gone through. Fastnacht has gone through to the lead.
And Cornier followed through for a podium position on Jared Thomas, sliding through at the exit of the bus stop. Great move.
Huge sideways movement on the exit of turn 5 for our leader, Aidan Fastnacht. Defends into turn 6. Once again, I think he's overheated his tyres.
He's overheated his team managers and owners as well. McCumbee and McAleer will be chewing their fingernails at the moment. Defensive run into turn 7. There's still half the lap to go here. Any one of these 4 could win it. Who's in 5th position at the moment? That's Jean Jourdain, who's up into 4th position.
Carniero's on the grass!
Trying the pass on the grass into turn 6. Watch the outside move from the 4th place car. They had a great run. That's Jared Thomas. He might be able to make up some ground here into turn 8. Side by side, 2 pairs of 2. This is not coming to the green flag. This is coming to the checker. Still Fastnacht from 29th on the grid. Surely he can turn this into a victory. What a run it would be from back to front after the technical infraction in qualifying. 2 corners to go. Got to hold it together now. Carniero is the best of the rookies in 2nd. Then Jared Thomas back up into 3rd. They're all off the track here. Slightly defensive in the final corner. Can Carniero get a run on the leader? It's going to be a run to the line. But Aidan Fastnacht for McCumbee. McAleer Racing from 29th to the lead. Takes it by 3/4 of a Mazda MX5's length. The 2nd race of the weekend goes to the number 15 McCumbee McAleer Racing driver Aidan Fastnacht, who has overcome
around the bottom side and maybe trying to make sure that people don't get as much of a draft.
Gonzalez getting a big push from Gresham Wagner, and here comes the 2nd group. 85 coming through is Bruno Smoleski. That's the Brazilian flag-coloured car. He drops to the inside. No, now he goes to the outside. He's a rookie, remember. This is his first full season of racing in this championship.
First time
right
here.
There. First time at Daytona, correct. These cars weren't part of the Raw before the Rolex 24 last weekend. They have had a couple of free practice sessions and qualifying, just a 15-minute qualifying earlier on today. That's new for 2023, $1,000 for his finish. He's in 11th at the moment, so there is some incentive for him to move forward even 1 or 2 positions, not just for the points for the championship, but real cash money. Absolutely. What have we got left? 4.5 minutes. We're lapping in 2:09. So we will get
3 laps.
I think 3 laps at the end of this one. This
Let's
one,
see.
2 more. Depends when they come across the line. It might be 2 more, it might be 3 more at the end of this one. Cross the line now.
And that is the 24 of Aaron Johnson dropping back to the back of this pack. He doesn't want to be up at the front right now while they're jostling.
Sam Pearley comes from a long way back round the outside in the bright, shiny red car, right up alongside the rookie leader, 85 of Bruno Smolewski.
Where did he come from?
Smolewski's worked his way. He was at the front of the 2nd group. He worked his way to the front of that group, and as soon as he got latched onto the lead group, he made up a 2 or 3 places, and he's now battling for a finish.
White flag next time by is the call from race control.
Okay. Thank you to the series for letting us know that.
So it means we've got about 6 more miles of this. And then we do it all again tomorrow.
I feel like we have been watching the same pictures since the drop of the green flag, and I mean that in the best possible way. It's like we've put this on repeat. It's Gonzalez now at the head of the field as they come round onto the high banks. Here comes Glenn McGee. He noses in front of Max Opalski in that.
Because they are a little bit further back to avoid the
Jared
momentum.
Thomas, we know his car's really good.
It is.
In the draft. There goes the rookie leader. Bruno goes to the high side. Smolewski is challenging for the lead. He might get a push here. 2 sets of 3 and 4 cars, and he's leading. The rookie leads into the last lap. He's heating up. His front discs get hugely sideways. If he pulls this one off, it's an absolute corker. Smashing maneuver by Smolewski to take the lead as we go on to the last lap.
But who's in 2nd? Sam Paley. And who needs to win this race and tomorrow's race to continue going in the season? Sam Paley. He's going to do whatever it takes to try and get to the checkered flag first.
That would give him $12,000 if he won both of the races this weekend, and Sam at the moment has only got the budget for this weekend. Aaron Johnson is alongside as they go down to the West Horseshoe. These guys battling, letting Smolewski get away. This could be an awesome debut, a full season debut for the Brazilian.
None of the top 3 have ever won a race in this championship. The 4 behind them know very well how to get it done.
We had 2 series champions on the grass there Tyler Gonzalez gets a good run onto the banking in 4th position. This is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Smilewski is caught. Now the top 3 are together. Do you make the move now and try and hold on to the line? Where's Jared Thomas? Jared Thomas went across the line in 8th position. He's not quite with the leaders as yet.
Here's Gonzalez working with Zilic. They're trying to pass everyone going into the Lamont chicane. Can't get it done.
That's helped the leader. The Brazilian flag car in the lead. Here's Gonzalez, goes to the outside really early. He's with Pearley. He's pushed Pearley now towards the leader. Pearley goes to the low side. Oh, a little bit of inexperience there by Smilewski. Should have been down on the yellow lines and made the go off the top. Now he needs to drop in to the back of Zilic, which he does. But look at the cars coming behind. Here's Johnson being pushed by Gresham Wagner. Coming through. I think it's too late. It's going to be Paley.
I think it's Sam Paley.
Sam Paley, here's Gonzalez. It's going to be a dead heat. Gonzalez goes to the line. Was it Gonzalez?
It was Gonzalez.
It Zilic? It was Gonzalez. Zilic comes through to 2nd. And in 3rd, Aaron Johnson. Gresham Wagner in 4th. Amazing run to the line. That's extraordinary stuff.
In 6th.
The lead 2 is where some of the battle is. Wagner goes below the 2 yellow lines to try and make through. Look at how tight the top 3 are. There's not half a MX5 between the top 3. Not half a 10th of a second between the top 3. With the leaders 6 seconds on the road, I'm not sure he was ever going to challenge the first 2 who are together through turn 10. Oh my goodness me! Wagner at the very last moment with 2 to go comes through and takes the lead. Gresham Wagner exactly where... Yes, goes purple in that sector. Exactly where he lost the lead a few laps ago to the number 72 of Connor Zilic. He has taken it back. The white flag is being waved by Connie on the starter stand. And what we expect, and we're now just about a mile away from the checkered flag with Gresham Wagner leading it.
But how long is he going to be leading as John Connor Williams comes right up underneath his bumper? He's now seeing that Gresham left him very little warning to pull out for that move.
Defended by the leader. Wagner defends
brilliantly
into the middle of the circuit, but that's going to slow down on the exit. There's an overlap for a moment, and it looked like the 2nd place car was going through. Connor Zilic and Gresham Wagner, what brilliant entertainment. Just 2 cars in the head of the field here. We're so used to seeing it being close. Just coming through on the back corner, it's the bump and run from the Hickson driver. Right in the middle of 13 and 14 in the sprint to the line. Watch Wagner come out to the right-hand side. He might still get the draft. He's side by side. There was a little bit of side drafting going on there. And across the line, Wagner's taking it back. Wagner. It was all very impressive indeed. Tony with the VP Racing Fuel checkered flag out. Side by side to the line. How close was it? I don't think it was even the width of a bumper. And the left hand of Gresham Wagner straight out and at the line. Oh my goodness, that's as close to a dead heat as we've seen.
Dit weekend bij Laszlo van Houwelingen. Het gaat ook niet vanzelf bij Marcel Dekker. Heeft dit seizoen nog niet weten te winnen. Wil heel graag hier winnen op het circuit van Assen. Vorig jaar won hij beide races hier tijdens de Jacks Racing Day. Maar ziet dan wel Lorenzo van Riet buitenom voorbij komen. Veel risico genomen, maar Lorenzo van Riet heeft de leiding overgenomen. Ja, en dan zie je, dat is ook weer die Mazda MX5 Cup. Klein beetje momentumverlies en dan is het Sam Jongejan die er voorbij steekt. Sam Jongejan naar plaats 2. Maar kijk eens eventjes, wat minder snelheid meegenomen door Lorenzo van Riet. En dan gaan we bijna 3 dik de bult in. Dat kan ook eigenlijk helemaal niet. 3 dik de bult uit kan eigenlijk ook helemaal niet. Marcel Dekker die heeft er geen boodschap aan. Laat hem buitenom staan. Moet je momenten meenemen. Probeert heel veel momenten mee te nemen. Heel veel vegen over de curbstone. Het blijft een genot om naar te kijken. Deze Bad City Mazda MX5 Cup zeg. Heerlijk met deze Marcel Dekker. Nu dus weer teruggewezen naar plaats 3. Sam Jongejan was even kortstondig de leider. Dan weer naar P2. Wordt weer P3. Beetje bumpdraft. Ook dat hoort erbij. En Lorenzo van Riet is de nieuwe leider. Naast elkaar door de Ramshoek. Durft Dekker hem te laten staan? Nee. Deze strijd ga ik eventjes opgeven. Probeert dan misschien meer snelheid mee te nemen op het rechte stuk. Maar dan zien we wel het circuit van Assen. Lorenzo van Riet, Sam Jongejan, Marcel Dekker, Timo de Graaf. Dat zijn de 4 auto's die gaan uitvechten wie deze tweede wedstrijd gaat winnen. Het is echt niet te zeggen wie er gaat winnen, want nu is het Lorenzo van Riet die aan de leiding rijdt. Maar Sam Jongejan, daar is hij opeens weer, heeft dan de leiding overgenomen aan de binnenzijde. Hier is Marcel Dekker. Al zijn ervaring, wat kan hij daarvan gebruiken in die laatste halve kilometer die we nog hebben hier op het circuit van Assen. Daar is Timo de Graaf die de 3e positie overneemt. Maar ja, Marcel Dekker die heeft er nu een muur van Mazda MX5's om zich heen. Waar moet hij naartoe? Ja, hij kan hier wel misschien nog een auto ertussen proppen. Nee, er is eigenlijk helemaal geen ruimte voor. Lorenzo van Riet heeft de binnenlijn. Maar zo dadelijk bij de insturen van de Geert Timmer is het Sam Jongejan die de binnenlijn heeft. Timo de Graaf die ziet het allemaal maar gebeuren en die wacht af. Kan hij hier misschien van profiteren? Nou, hij kan er wel van profiteren. 2 auto's vol door de grindbak. Het is Sam Jongejan die gaat winnen. Marcel Dekker wordt tweede. Timo de Graaf wordt dan uiteindelijk derde. En Lorenzo van Riet in de voorlaatste bocht kwam hij als leider door. Eindigt uiteindelijk als 4e.
And he's the best rookie by some margin. Thomas Annunziata has gone back as the white flag flies. One more lap. Noika pulls out again to try the outside-inside move. Gets up to the quarter panel on the left-hand side of Jared Thomas. Now he'll cut to the inside. He doesn't this time. Learned his lesson. He's going to try and stay on the left. 2 light-coloured cars. So Noika bothered by Shadwan, who's now made his way up to 5th position. The top 4. 3 spots on the podium. 4 cars battling, and Connor Zilic has picked the wrong side, and he's been absolutely washing line there. He got on the wrong side of the track, and 3 cars have dragged by. What did I say about Jared Thomas just taking the points? He wants better than 3rd. He was going for 2nd position there. It's Opalski who lead them down to the final corner for the final time. And Connor Zilic, who has led more laps than anybody else, who led halfway, 3/4 of the way round the final lap, is now in 4th position, but it's a long run to the line. The draft is strong. The 2 leaders go side by side. That's not smart. Not smart at all. Here comes the championship leader on the outside. It's another blanket finish. Oh, there's a touch there. And Jared Thomas had that victory, but was bumped out of it right on the line. And the rookie, Nate Cicero, will take it as he squeezes in towards Max Opalski. There was just a little touch there. I'm not sure that Jared needed to do that. I know what he was trying to do, trying to put a little bit of a side draft onto Nate Cicero. It's barely 3/4 of a Mazda, and the top 3.
Exactly, and talent definitely shows in this series. You're put in the right machinery, which is a Mazda, because all these cars are the same. Bliss performance, not giving any advantage to anyone, and basically what the teams can do, very limited. So driver talent is what makes the difference. That's why it's so impressive when you see a guy like Gresham Wagner, former series champion, up against Connor Zilic, 2nd in the championship last year. We've got Aaron Ensemble, longtime championship leader so far this year. Michael Carter, former series champion. Jared Thomas, former series champion. Robert Noaker, see repeated above. It is just so much fun to see all these guys punching it out very gently still, but it's about to be
out of the oak tree for the final time. Down the long back straight, there are 4 more corners and possibly 2 opportunities. Get to one side or the other and tough it out into the roller coaster, or try the long drag out of Hog Pen to the finish line just beyond the end of the pit lane. John Sutton gets a big hit there, and it's like snooker, bar billiards. Through goes Michael Carter to the lead. That was a 4-ball plant in snooker. Extraordinary, and Carter's going to win this. Jared Thomas will be delighted. The championship leader is going to get 2nd place points. Now, where did that start? We'll unravel that at the moment. I think in bar billiards you might have got 6 points for that. Here comes Jared Thomas. Big shot on a snooker table, wasn't it? Gresham Wagner is not involved. Oh, it was Michael Carter who started it all. Michael Carter, of course it was Michael Carter. He's the cute.